I had an interesting clock dropped off at the shop today. It belongs to Ed from Whitman County in Washington State. Some notes from the previous clock repair person. I see the movement is partially disassembled. The last clock repair person had it for over 2 years and gave up on it. Some parts belonging to the movement. This case is extremely heavy, feels like cast bronze. This name Zriny refers to Count Zriny, whom died in 1664. The top of the clock shows Count Zriny in a scene from the Turkish War. It's a commemorative case made in Austria in about 1840. The upper part is gold gilt and the lower is silvered. From the back side you can see 2 gongs. The key looks original. The pendulum is a crescent moon and star emblem. These rubber bands have been on here for a long time. It's a 1-day Austrian 3-train, 2-gong grand alarm movement. A nice 1-day striking movement which strikes quarterly. There's a lot of damage from fingerprints on this back plate. The plate around this pivot has tool mark damage and has been dented in, maybe to adjust for in-shake. Here's some more tool marks, almost like it was put in a vise at one time. Some bushings installed here at one time. The silk suspension thread has been replaced with this nylon cord. It's what the pendulum attaches to. This Geneva stop mechanism here is being used to hold the nylon cord. It's not part of the clockworks. I see this governor fan unit is sideways. Hope the pivot isn't broken or bent. Just looking it over for anything missing or out of place. Not sure what these little marks are. Maybe some previous repair person put them on there for clocking purposes. Nice floral decorated, Guillouche silvered brass dial. The numerals are hand painted. Up close you can see the witness lines used to hand paint the minute track marks in. Very nice handwork on this dial. Here's the loose parts the last repair person walked away from. Barrel arbor and ratchet wheel assembly. Looks to be in functioning shape. Barrel. Looks usable. Barrel gear and ratchet assembly. They look good. The barrel cap. And here's the problem. Broken mainspring. The hands and some fastening tapered pins. Now why is this governor so loose? And the wheel next to it is loose also. One of the pillar posts. Oh, this is one of the movement pillar posts. It's not pinned. And this movement pillar post isn't pinned either. Neither is this one. Or this one either. A disaster waiting to happen. I'll get pins in the pillar posts first. Lucky the back plate didn't fall off and spill the gears everywhere. Now to take the dial off. Here's the bezel fastener screws that hold the bezel on. They are all mismatched. Oh, this bezel screw is put in from the back side. And this pillar post has some type of shim added to it. A beautiful dial. The handwork on this movement is incredible. Very complicated array of levers and springs. A lot of engineering went into this movement. This brass count wheel has hand layout lines from when it was hand cut. No doubt each one of these steps was hand filed. Here someone scratched their name. And some numbers. Looks like 846. I wonder if that means 1846. And again over here, looks like 8:48. These delicate springs are all handmade out of a solid chunk of steel. Every one of these steel levers has been hand laid out and cut and filed by hand. This is the quarter-hour cam. You can see 4 scribe lines the builder hand-worked each cut to. It's not every day you come across a movement with so much handwork in it. Here on this hour wheel, you can see the hand layout lines scribed in, to be used to hand cut and file them in. I see this pivot hole for the barrel arbor pivot has been repaired. I can see where it was egg-shaped, and it's been repaired with 3 brass pins, and what looks like a thin piece of brass inlaid into the brass pins. The brass pins are acting like rivets and have been peened over the brass inlay, a type of bushing held in by the brass pins. Interesting, ingenious repair. The skill level to do this type of repair is admirable. This barrel arbor probably should have a bushing installed. And this barrel arbor as well is loose. I see several bushings have been installed at one time. And here's another repair using brass pins and brass inlay. Well, I'll get my findings to Ed and see how he wants to proceed on this clock.